Live and in person right now, we have Chef Ouita in the house.
We love Chef Ouita. We talk about Chef Ouita all the time. I feel like we mentioned her yesterday.
I feel like we did too. But she has joined the ranks of other culinary professionals as a member of the American Culinary Corps. This is a diplomatic culinary partnership formed by an alliance between the U.S. State Department and the James Beard Foundation.
So here to tell us about this accomplishment and what it entails is Chef Ouita. Michael, thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure. I love coming on here with you two. You're so much fun.
Oh, well, thank you. Congratulations to you as well. You've had so many accomplishments over just the last couple of weeks. So congratulations.
I appreciate that. I'm thrilled to be a member. I have an official pin.
Oh, wow, fancy.
The American Culinary Corps and an official presidential seal on my new chef coat with the American flag on it.
I love this.
Anytime you can serve your country, you know, it's an honor and a pleasure. And I'm not going to be able to join the Marines. I'm not going to be a Green Beret. I'm not going to ship off, but I can cook. So now I get to cook for my country.
So what's it mean? Is that exactly to be in this?
There's 80 chefs from around the country. Every race, color, creed from all 50 states and territories, and it's a partnership between the James Beard Foundation and the Department of State. So we got to meet Secretary Blinken. Okay. They will call on me, and I just hope I get the opportunity to. So if a diplomat or an ambassador has a need for some soft diplomacy around a negotiation or maybe just to help build a bridge, they can call on any of these chefs to create a meal. And I feel like one of my strengths, and I'm just saying this out there because I want them to call me, is I am really good on the iconic American dishes, especially of Kentucky. But like, one chef went to London and prepared Thanksgiving dinner. Well, let me just tell you, I have Thanksgiving on lockdown. India, I can cook Thanksgiving like this.
I bet you can.
And so those kinds of dishes I feel like are really great. It was started as a way, you know, nothing brings people together like dining around a table. Right. So you have a tough day of negotiations, or you have a really significant goal to accomplish. It's always best to commune, to build a relationship before you go into those tough talks. Before you got something really hard to say to somebody, soften them up a little bit. And anyway, so I'm very honored, and I'm so excited about the whole thing. And I brought you scones.
I was going to say,
just for the fun of it, right?
Jim and I were having issues.
Just for a snack. And
I know you, Jim. You definitely need a snack.
I always need a snack. Yes. Tell us about your scones in particular, since you brought them on the show.
Well, they're from Midway Bakery. And this is Woodford County Day here. You know, I live in Woodford County. And so they're from Midway Bakery, all Weisenberger mill flour. We have Betty Ann scones, which are white chocolate, dried cherry, a little bit of hazelnut, and then we have the traditional cinnamon. So those are for you all.
Oh, thank you.
And I do want to say, we had a Pokemon in the driveway at Holly Hill Inn.
Oh, did you?
Yes, when that whole thing was very popular, because, you know, we're a little bit on the back road, and we had probably 100 kids, and young teens and everything coming up, and we didn't know what was going on. And Chris and I didn't. I'm like, what are all these people doing around here? They were getting the Pokemon.
Catch them all. Gotta catch them all. Okay, so if there was an argument between two diplomats, tell me, what would be your go-to dish? Not your. This won't be your dish.
Abraham Lincoln was born in Kentucky. It's not like we don't have this in our wheelhouse. No. Well, I personally feel like you can't go wrong. First of all, we've got bourbon on our side.
Oh, yes.
Just letting you know. Nothing loosens the tongue or softens the spirit like a little bit of the Kentucky spirit.
That's true.
And so we would be serving that. But anything like, to me, like corn pudding, you know, grits, all those comfort foods, I can throw down on that. I make a grit souffle that will really
knock your socks
blow
off.
The top of your head off. Every person who has it says to me, I hate grits. I'm like, no, you don't. You've just never had a real dish of grits before. Or like slow cooked pork belly or slow cooked pork roast. That was my grandmother's go-to for a company, was a pork roast. Okay. So I really do love that. But in Kentucky, you know, we're lucky because we have all these family farms. We get our choice of local lamb, local pork, beautiful beef, and I don't know what I would do. But I wrote down a menu of everything I would make for world peace. And like if there was no seasonality, I would get Woodford County asparagus with toasted hazelnuts and an orange vinaigrette. I would do cheese grit souffle, fresh corn pudding from the summer where you take the corn off the cob, no frozen corn, but you make a fresh corn pudding. I'd do spoon bread, like all those corn dishes, and then Swiss chard gratin, slow cooked leather britches or country style green beans with ham hock. Yeah, all of that stuff. Then you have to go into the pies. That's a whole different thing. You know, chocolate bourbon pecan, coconut cream, banana cream, blackberry. You know, you've got to have the blackberry cobbler.
Next time, bring all of that on the show.
We will do it straight up. One day you and I are going to do that, right? We'll set a table here, and I just want to see you eat your way all the way through it.
I like your style. Thank you, Chef Ouita, for coming by, and congratulations. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you for having me.